All right, well, to say this country has some tensions with Mexico might be an understatement. In fact, no less than The Economist cited a record number of Americans now actually don't trust their southern neighbor. Mexicans feel even worse about us. Too mean, too tough, some of us even too racist. Enter this fellow, Eduardo Verastegui. He is not only a pretty talented Mexican actor, he has been called everything from a Tijuana Tom Cruise to the Brad Pitt of Mexico. So maybe the Mexican president should try him out for ambassador. His movie Bella is getting a great deal of buzz, and Eduardo himself is even getting good Oscar buzz. You hate to curse someone with that, so I'm not even going to mention the Oscar thing anymore. Eduardo, very good to have you.
Thank you so much for having me in your show.
I'm honored to have you. It's amazing. This movie Bella is, I don't want to give it away, it's about a couple that has to make a wrenching choice, and the issue that has transcended cultures and languages all over the world is resonating with all types, religious groups who are pre-booking theaters, buying up tens of thousands of tickets. This has never before been done.
You know, it's been a beautiful dream because 5 years ago, you know, I had a dream of making films that would have the potential not only to entertain, but to make a difference. And I'm from a very small town in Mexico called Jicotencal. This is northern Mexico instead of Tamaulipas, below Texas. And when I moved to Los Angeles, I realized that Latinos, since the 40s until today, we have been stereotyped in a very negative way in the media. Always the bandido, the prostitute, the criminal, the thief. And if you're good looking, then you're the Don Juan Latin lover. In other words, the womanizer, right. You know? And very few times you see Latinos having the opportunity of being heroes. And I'm not talking about heroes like Superman or Spider-Man, you know. I'm talking about the real hero, the everyday hero, a man that is willing to sacrifice everything to help his family, a man of integrity, a man that is honest and loyal and faithful to his wife. And a real hero, you know, and women as well. Actually, more often we see women being stereotyped as an objects. And when I see my family and I see my three younger sisters, my mother, my grandmother, my aunts, they are not objects. They're the heart of the family. They're full of wisdom. They're beautiful. So that's when I had this conviction of opening this production company. And Bella is our first film as a producers. And I opened this company with Leo Severino, Alejandro Monteverde, Sean Wolfington, and Eustace Wolfington.
And this film was like a lark. It wasn't thought to, you know, it was something you believed passionately about. Again, I don't want to give away the story. But it is so moving. All these religious groups have come by and been buying up tickets of all stripes. That's heavy pressure, because now everyone expects you to be holier than thou, right?
Well, you know what? I think it's nothing more beautiful than waking up in the morning and fighting for a mission that is bigger than yourself, has nothing to do with you, and it's just amazing. I mean, I'm so grateful to this country, first of all, because this country opened the door of my dreams. I mean, this nation has been such an amazing blessing in my life, in everything, you know, spiritual life, personal life, professional life.
You're very religious, aren't you?
You know what? I grew up Catholic in Mexico, but I never practiced. I never took serious my faith until 5 years ago when something happened in my life where everything changed. And since that day, I just, you know, I became a person.
Well, you said in your earlier days you were everything the handsome Latin leading man would be.
Lost, you know?
What happened? What happened?
I realized that, you know, when I started my career at the age of 18, all the reasons why I started this career were very superficial reasons. You know, the fame, the money, the success, the pleasures, and after 12 years of working really hard, achieving all that success, I found myself empty. I realized that you know, the lifestyle that I was living was very unfulfilling, and everything started because a young lady who was my English teacher, not only she taught me English, but this is you know, she changed my life because she started questioning a lot of things in my life. You know, what's the purpose of life? How are you using your talents? Why are you doing what you're doing? You know. By the way, I've only been speaking English for a few years, so I hope you understand what I'm saying.
Very well. Much better than my Spanish.
Sometimes I don't even understand myself. But anyway, so...
It's a story of my show, pal.
And you know, in the beginning, she was, you know, I was very proud to let her in, but she persisted in a very loving way until I realized one day that, you know, that she was right in pretty much everything, and I was wrong in pretty much everything.
But Eduardo, you're on now a huge stage. I mean, again, I don't want to curse you. I promised I wouldn't. But there is a lot of Oscar buzz around you, that you are the next Brad Pitt, but with incredible acting skills.
Oh, thank you.
Now, but there's pressure with that, right? Because now, you know, the temptations of the Hollywood superstar, it's going to be tough, isn't it?
Well, it is the capital of temptations. I mean, That's why I was seduced by this environment for many, many years. But you know what? At the end of the day, before I was using my talents to serve myself, in a very selfish way. And I think my message always to young people is do not seek to be a person of success. Seek to be a person of value, a person of integrity. That is success. And if by doing that success comes, it's a blessing. Mother Teresa used to say that, we are not called to be successful. We are called to be faithful to our values, faithful to whatever your beliefs are. In my case, I'm Catholic, faithful to God. Now, if by being faithful to God, success comes, hey, thanks be to God, it's a blessing. But if it doesn't come, thanks be to God, you're already successful by being faithful. And that's what really matters for me. I can speak for everybody, but, I knew that the price by changing my path 5 years ago was going to be that maybe the end of my career. Maybe I was never going to be able to work again, because all the offers that I was receiving was exactly the same negative stereotype that I promised, that I would never use my talents again to do anything that will offend my Latino community.
You've broken past it. I do know that pressure being, the hunk of a business. But really, Eduardo, best of luck to you. The movie will be out when?
Today. It's going
today is the debut.
Today,
okay.
And if they want to see the trailer, they can go to our website.
It's getting enormous buzz. I'm not telling you, this Chariots of Fire, Life is Beautiful, American Beauty, all Toronto Film Festival winners. This one could join that group. This man could join that elite company. More after this.